Hello, welcome to Puff Drink Talk Podcast. I'm Hilton Kill.
I'm Dylan Wilson.
Conrad Schubach.
All right, I'd like to propose a toast to our very first episode.
Cheers.
Cheers, thank you very much. So, we're going to be drinking and having some good conversation, smoking some good cigars, and hopefully we can get some good cigar reviews as well for you all that are watching us right now. So let's see what we're smoking. Dylan, what do we have in here?
This is the Avo XO from the Avo line.
So you're having that one?
This is what I'm having. It's a Connecticut wrapper, Nicaragua.
Cool.
Would you do the honors for me? Thank you.
This is an Oliva Maduro, also I believe from Nicaragua, with an Habano wrapper. So this is going to be a little bit more chocolatey, I would imagine.
And the filler is Nicaraguan as well.
This is the Oliva Saison, the first harvest in 2009. Seems to be a little bit more of a specialty cigar. Couldn't find it anywhere.
It's an Ecuador, it's an Ecuador Habano, and it's Nicaraguan binder and filler.
Expect notes of leather, pepper, and
Yeah,
that'd be my guess. Earthiness.
Smells good though. I like it.
I'm always super impressed when I see videos of cigar reviews and they're like, tastes like chocolate Pop-Tart mixed with this. I'm like, how are you getting that? My palate is not that refined.
And they're going like this too. It's
Yeah.
not in their nose. They're like
wafting
yeah,
yes.
magically. It's like a wand.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah,
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Vada Kedavra.
Elder
Oh,
wand over here.
Yeah.
I got farm.
Yes.
Forget.
Yeah.
This one does have a chocolatey smell to it. Farm chocolate.
Farm chocolate.
Farm chocolate. It's a mixture.
Straight from the cow.
All right.
Good. I'm excited.
Oh, geez. And today we're also going to be talking about some football. And the football season has started.
Yes,
Ooh,
sir.
Dylan is scoring quite well on fantasy
You
football.
play fantasy?
I didn't this year.
Okay.
I didn't, but I do a pick game. You know, like the Vikings are playing the Eagles right
Tonight,
now.
yeah.
Who's gonna win? Point spread type of thing.
Perfect. Okay.
So just a small like internal family type
Okay.
of like
Just keep
game
score
picks.
and
yeah,
bragging rights.
exactly.
And as a good Brazilian, football for me, it's played with the feet. And
Well, in all fairness too, there is a
They-
Brazilian
they-
football player who plays professional football,
okay.
and
Is he a good scorer, like a good
Well-
kicker?
he's a kicker.
Okay.
He's a kicker for the New York Giants.
Ah,
At least he still was. He was on the team last year. I don't think they got rid of him, but yeah,
What's his name? Can't think of
he
it.
would have. Yeah,
Well, can I guess Ronaldinho?
it was very Brazilian.
That's
It
a
was
good
very
guess.
yes, it was very Brazilian.
let's light up these bad
Let's
boys.
do it.
Here's a cutter. I'll just use a punch on mine.
Oh.
I'm getting more of the same. Yeah, it's woody. It's cedary. It is kind of barnyardy. A lot of the stuff that I get on most cigars that I dry puff, I don't tend to get too much from it.
Right.
But I think I'm gonna like it. I already kind of tell.
Has anyone ever had a cold draw from a cigar where you were like, "Ooh, this one is going to be different.
Yeah,
This one is going to be something special."
the EP Carrillo.
That one?
That
Yeah.
happened for you?
Yeah, it was just like when I had it, I was like, oh,
I'm in for a ride.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
Okay.
It was just unbelievable.
Okay.
So it's
You've got me excited. Like you've built up the anticipation for this cigar.
I have.
I would
yeah.
have to agree.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, it's not the cigar's problem or mine. It's yours.
It's my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
If I don't like it, I'll just cut it and give it to you.
Yes, please.
If you want.
it does smell really good.
I think I would like it. Yeah, this does smell good. You always want to aerate it a little. Should get the trade.
Let's see what the first puff is gonna be.
Yeah.
It's a very tight draw. Very. Feels like a rock right here. Feel that.
Yeah.
But I am getting cedary, a little bit of almost like a leather flavor, and something that's kind of throwing me off. But the only thing I can maybe like dried fruit or something, like a dried berry of some sort, like a light berry, something
You
there.
don't like the fruity, sweet flavors, right?
I'm not anti-fruit.
Anti-fruited. What
Not
a
anti-fruit.
what a word.
What do we say? Every time you...
All right, Conrad, did y'all?
All right.
Doesn't pick it up. Yeah.
First cut. Cold draw. Not really getting any hints of anything, to be honest.
Okay.
A little bit of an earthy tone. I don't want to say dirt to give it like a disgusting connotation, but an earthy tone for sure.
Like farm dirt. Like
Freshly tilled.
like the chocolate.
Like, it's that farm chocolate
Yeah,
flavor.
farm chocolate. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not bad. It's a weird. This is so interesting because it has a dirt flavor to it, but it's not bad. Where you're like, oh, it's dirt in my mouth. You could be like, yeah, kind of good dirt.
Okay.
Okay.
Build a farm on top of it. Okay. So let's see.
Smells
Definitely strong. Sweet. Instantly tasted cherry,
All right.
That's interesting.
but not like a sweet cherry. It's not even a tart, but a cherry flavor that it's like a woodsy cherry flavor to
It's
it.
really cool.
Phenomenal.
I read the tasting notes for that cigar. Do you know what's on the tasting notes for that cigar?
No,
Dried cherry.
really.
And you picked that up. That's cool.
Well, that's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Let's then let me put these on the web. And does it say anything in here? Yeah, dried cherries.
We have a winner.
Okay, so Conrad, do you want spot on the?
Well, yeah, phenomenal. This is. I was apprehensive about this, because on the flavor profile it does show it a little bit more robust and darker,
A little bolder.
a little bolder, but there is no boldness to it. I mean, it is just this is quality. This is a fun cigar to smoke. Smells good. Draw is easy. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only
Okay.
3 puffs in, and I like it.
It smells
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Okay, so mine is the Saison by Oliva, and I already cut it. So let's see what I'm gonna get. Very earthy, a little bit of leather, but that's it.
Okay.
So I don't even know what the description is gonna say, but that's what I'm getting. Earthy and leather. Light it up.
How was the draw for a cold draw?
Was pretty easy, not very tight. The other day that just mentioned, it was a tight draw as well. It was kind of, I think they just use a little bit more tobacco in it.
Probably.
Okay, let's see how this bad boy.
Can't even find it online.
Yeah, it's interesting. Didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
Very smooth, kind of more leathery than earth.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Chicken.
So we're gonna be talking, and we're gonna be drinking, and we'll check back on the cigars when
After
we're
the
like a
first
third down. So what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about football, right?
Yeah, let's go into it.
What do you want to discuss about? Is there anything that it's going good this week or for this season? What the expectations are?
Well, it just started.
It did. Biggest storyline would be Aaron Rodgers just went out 4 snaps into the first game. That was tough.
That was.
Not a Jets fan, but you feel for him.
Yep.
That is just terrible.
Yep.
They've had very bad luck, I've heard, as a sports team. They don't get a break. That being said, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and we deal with a lot of grief every year, too.
But back to the Jets. The Jets ended up winning that game. They beat the Buffalo Bills.
Which, somebody today, I was talking to a friend, and they were doing like a top 10 power ranking for the NFL.
Yeah.
And the Jets weren't in it. And he was saying how if Aaron Rodgers would have not been injured and they won the game in the same exact fashion, they'd be top 10 because everybody loves Aaron Rodgers. But I think there's more of an argument to be top 10 without him.
No, absolutely.
For Zach Wilson to go in there and their defense to play the way they did, special teams winning at the end, I think they deserve. I mean, that was a phenomenal game. The defense is looking really good.
Picked him off 3 times.
Same guy 3
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I expect them to do well. Zach Wilson settles down a little bit and plays well.
Matures.
I think they'll be fine. I
Yeah.
think they'll be fine. Basically the same team as last year, but a little more matured.
Well, and they were injured too. They had a lot of injuries. They had a lot of
Brees Hall's back.
Yep.
Dude, he's electric. He runs so well.
So much fun to watch.
He's so fast. And then Garrett Wilson, did you see that catch in the end zone where he
Batted it to himself.
he had a ball flying at him, covered, guy kind of standing in front, he puts his hand out, stops the momentum of the ball, almost like swatting it down. It kind of just stops dead air, and then he grabs it and catches it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it
As
catch
he's
So
falling
the
down.
ball never touched the floor.
No,
Yeah, because if it does, and then you gotta call
it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
it's incomplete. So
Yeah.
he kind of couldn't hold on to it. So
Essentially,
he lose the ball, or he had to go back.
No, he
it's for a touchdown. The ball's coming in.
Oh, okay. So you would have lost the touchdown.
right.
Yeah, but instead of just catching the ball, he essentially like hit it with one hand, making the defender not be able to intercept it, and then it's just kind of like dead motion in the air, and he was still. I've never seen a catch like that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a top 5 at least of the whole season.
Oh yeah.
That was an amazing
as it should.
catch.
As it should.
And that guy, he went to Westlake. He's from Austin. And then he went to Ohio State.
No way. Well,
But
Westlake.
The
Okay.
Ohio State's receiving core team, like their receiving coach, they're just really good.
Yep.
They always produce really good receivers. But he came from Austin.
Oh, there you go. Didn't
It's
Drew
interesting.
Brees?
Yeah.
Brees come from Austin?
Yeah, same
Wasn't
school.
it Westlake High School?
Yeah.
It's a school that produces football players.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pflugerville High School. Did you little interesting tidbit? Grew up in this area.
Yeah,
Dylan?
Leander.
Okay, Leander. You know the newish football stadium for Pflugerville High School?
I think I just saw it not too long ago driving by.
It's ridiculous for a high school stadium. It's just ridiculous. Friday Night Lights, the TV show, was filmed at that school.
state.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a little fun, little interesting tidbits. Our hometown right here, right down the street.
Cool. So one question then, because I don't understand anything about football, right? And not even soccer.
I don't understand
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah.
I like watching it, but I don't
So
know all the rules.
Yeah.
my question is, why is the season like 2.5 months? It's 2.5 months, right?
No, it's much longer.
In how many weeks?
September to December, and there's a break. Super Bowl's in February. So
Yeah,
you're
but
looking
then it's a huge gap between,
You're basically-
everybody plays to decide the finale,
yeah.
and then
Yes.
to go to the.
There's some breaks. Season it's September to January. It's 5 months on, 7 months off, essentially.
But then it's 5 months, like every single week having games, or
For the most part, all the way through December before Christmas. Various teams will have bye weeks on the way there, but there will be games every weekend until then.
so four actually like very active months,
Yes.
Yes.
and then a lot of talk about it, and then the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And why has football become like such a huge sport in the U.S.? And first, which one is bigger, football, baseball?
In the U.S.,
In the U.S.,
Or globally.
basketball in the U.S.
football.
Football is the biggest.
Yep.
Then what is second?
Either basketball or baseball. They play a lot more games in a season, and they get more broadcast, so they make a lot of endorsement money with those. Baseball has a lot of money in it. I think basketball does too. But as far as I think the Super Bowl gets.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is like the most
Yeah.
watched moment on TV every single year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So football is the biggest in sports. There's no denying.
No, not at all.
No. Here locally. I mean, if you're talking globally, then no.
No, I mean it doesn't really matter globally as of the size of the budget and everything. So
Sure.
if I don't want to sound, I mean I'm Brazilian, so I don't want to sound like defensive of the U.S., but the biggest market is in here anyways.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you have like whatever a lot of money that are doing in any other sport, somewhere else, they have to put together quite a few countries in order to make that one to be the size in dollars amount than just the U.S. by itself.
Well, and I think the most watched sporting event is like cricket
Yeah, it's-
finale. So cricket is actually the most viewed sporting event in the
per
world.
like per head counts.
Yes, per
No, but
viewership.
that's-
Viewership for like when
It's
it
easy
becomes-
to understand. You know what I mean? It's like who eats more lambs? What is the most eaten meat in the world? Probably is lamb. Because in India,
Yeah.
huge population.
Yes.
So I understand that.
Yes.
But
My point being that the amount of money that a cricket player or cricket team makes is very minimal, even though it's broadcasted and is seen by more people in the world. Because it isn't just India; it's Pakistan. There's cricket teams in Australia and New Zealand. Like there's
UK,
various. The UK has cricket. Yeah, of course. But an actual like sporting event viewership, cricket, I guess finale. I'm not sure what it's called.
It's like the Super Bowl of cricket.
I mean,
Yes.
but the
Yeah,
problem,
but I don't
the
know,
problem, the game goes like for a week.
Yes.
Oh, is that how it's
That is that,
structured?
yeah, because the game takes a long time.
Yes.
They stop for tea, they stop for beer.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I mean, I've watched many because I lived in UK for 7 years, so I've watched quite a bit, of it. So, yeah, and it's a fun game to watch and fun game to play as amateur.
I've never played it.
Right?
I haven't either, but ironically enough, there's a lot of cricket fields here in Austin.
You can play just like get a bat, of any sort. Doesn't even need to be a cricket bat, any bat.
Yeah.
And then a ball, any ball. And then instead of using like a cricket, you just like put like a can, on a circle somewhere. And then you're playing cricket. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're simulating it so you can play.
So it's easy. So
Yeah.
that's the point, is that anyone could pick it up and just be like, okay.
Mhm.
But it's also a natural reaction. Very similar to baseball. And it's very similar to like what a boy growing up.
Yeah.
They grab a stick and they want to like hit
Hit
things.
something,
They want
yeah.
to hit something. Oh,
Yeah.
here, let me throw this rock at you and you're going to hit it.
Yeah.
So it's a natural, like instinctual type of movement.
Mhm.
So
Interesting. So, but why did football become so big in the U.S.? Do you guys know anything about it? Is there like something that you might think about that it could be it?
me personally, I think it's just violence. It's that the violence of people hitting each other as hard as possible and causing as much damage. I mean, football in the 70s and 80s, I mean,
It's a different time.
you would have helmet-to-helmet contact like on a normal occurrence. People were constantly with brain damage afterwards. And I just think it's a weird thing that people see that kind of violence and they're like, yeah, I like that. I want to see more of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you take it back, like Roman Empire, you have the gladiators and arena fighting. I think we've, as people, have always enjoyed some form of entertainment. And when there's stakes, people are out there smashing their heads.
Yeah.
People love that, you
Yeah.
know? Back then they were drinking wine. Now we drink beer and we watch football. But it's gotten less and less violent as time has gone on. They're doing more rules to protect
the
your
players.
health. Yeah, which I understand.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was like more because of there's a lot of strategy on that freaking game. It's like, I mean, I've watched on a stadium at college, it wasn't even college, but like high school kind of. It was high school. I think it was high school, and we just watched the game, and it's like it gets in a lot of kids to play when they're playing offense and they're playing defense. It's another set of players going in. So, and it was like so interesting to see all these strategies, and like you have to fight so much to try and move like 5 yards, and then sometimes you even like get going down instead of forwards and going backwards.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well, and to your point, it's technically 3 different teams.
Yep.
You have an offensive team, strictly people that play offense.
Mhm.
And then you have a defensive team, and they strictly play defense. And then you have your special teams. The kicker, the field goal kicker, the placeholder, the
kickoff, punting.
Yeah. So you have 3 teams.
Yeah.
And that's, you're talking about strategies that with or football, with soccer or baseball, people rotate and they go, okay, now I'm playing offense and now I'm playing defense. If you're overall good, you're going to be, a good player and elevate your team.
Mm-hmm.
But with football, if you have a great offense but a terrible defense, you're not going to win games.
Right.
If you have a great defense and a terrible offense, You might win some games, but you're going to lose a lot of games. So you have to find a strategic balance to be like, well, hey, we're really good at defense. We need to step it up with our offense. Let's just run, or let's just pass the whole time. You gotta come up with those different strategies. So you're right. It is a very strategic game.
Yeah, it reminds me of someone asked Aaron Rodgers why he loved football and what was so special about it. But other sports like baseball, soccer, you can have one dominant player, is what he was saying. Soccer could be a goalie. Baseball could be a pitcher. Other sports, basketball could be your point guard. But in football, you could have the best quarterback there ever was. If he doesn't have any good receivers or a good team around him, you're still not going to win.
Yeah.
So it's a very team-oriented sport.
Yeah.
I think that's why people like it so much.
Yeah.
So that creates like that. It creates like that team spirit as well. Like you see the camaraderie of the players.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we see like sometimes Dylan likes to watch a show. They talk about football, and you get like players coming to the show from different teams.
Yeah.
And they're all like so friendly to each other. They don't go off of each other, telling, silly jokes or whatever. They know the game. They understand how the game has to be played, and they know that inside of the field, it's like, I'm going to grab somebody's leg and then,
Yes.
drop that
Yeah.
person on the floor,
Yes.
right?
I think
Absolutely.
Because I saw a play the other day. I think you were playing a replay on the computer. And then, the guy just, the guy was trying to sneak out. And then, another guy just came over and like grabbed his legs. And it's like, bang.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
it's like, is that allowed? And then it is,
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's crazy. So,
I think they respect it when you're at that top level and you know what it takes to be there. When you meet other players, it's just respect.
Yeah.
You have a lot of respect for them because you know what it takes and what goes in week in. And we just see an end result. We don't see what they're doing every day.
That's
When
true.
you hear about it, they're working their tails off. But I mean, that's hard work.
It's very hard
So
work.
when they get on the show and they're laughing and joking with each other, it's like friends. It's almost like it's like a fraternity of football. I mean, different teams, but there's only so many people that are even qualified to fit in that category.
Yeah.
Once the season starts, every team can only carry 53 players. So
Okay. So let's talk about the cigars again. So, Dylan, want to go first?
yeah, I'm getting more of this. It's very smooth. It's still just very cedary.
How's the burn?
The burn's not the most even, and it's really tight. So the draw is kind of hit or miss. The flavor's really good though, which is more of what I look for anyways.
And you did recut.
I recut it. I did the little punch at first. I recut, that helps. But it seems like if I don't stay on it, it wants to go off. So, flavor-wise, though, it's very good. No complaints.
I love this. I've been having a blast smoking this cigar. My ash did, or the
Fall.
yeah, that did happen. But I mean, easy draw, great flavor, no bitterness or anything to it.
Did it increase the cherry? Disappeared?
It actually disappeared.
Okay.
So it was just that initial first
First draw.
couple. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say the first draw, first couple draws.
Okay.
For the first, I'd say about 10 to 20 draws, you had that great cherry flavor. Now it's really diminished. Not getting any early tones to it, or maybe it has like a little chocolatey flavor to it, but overall just a fun cigar to smoke. I've been having a blast.
Well, mine, I'd say about almost the first 13, right? So,
You can close here.
I gotta think hard on it. I mean, the smell of that wrapper there is just unbelievable,
I was
right?
just saying that too. I was just,
The smell of that wrapper is really good.
it is really good.
The burn is really good, so it's just burning fine. Taste wise, it's like a harsh earthy. It's like more like I don't have words to explain that one, but it's not like the same earthy leather. It's smooth. It's more like a harsh.
Yeah. This one's not. It's holding on.
But I'm getting that farmyard kind of earthy, still the same, but just building up a little bit stronger. So it lost a little bit of the leathery. That's for my palate. So
Okay.
But after you purged it,
Came
Did
back.
the flavor? Yeah.
Well, I didn't do a long purge. I just did like a little, like purge like this. Yeah, it gets less harsh, but it doesn't go back to the original state like doing a very long purge.
Interesting.
So, what is the anticipation for the game?
Who's playing today?
Let's see who's playing today.
So Minnesota and Philly.
Where do I click?
You're there.
Am I there?
If you scroll up to the top, Hilton, it has the game to the top left. Yeah.
That one? Ah, over here?
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
Tonight actually is the first night of Thursday Night Football on Prime. So if you
Yeah.
have Prime Video, you can watch it there.
Oh, all right.
who are you picking?
I have
To
Prime
win-
Video.
Who are you picking to win the game?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
Let me just preface it by saying
well, I think this guy is blonde and I'm kind of blonde, so I'll go with this guy. Who's this guy?
It's a Viking.
yeah.
Is it
Minnesota Viking.
Minnesota. So I'll say it's. Should I say Minnesota? Is it a good thing? No. Okay, I'm Philadelphia then.
But I think what he was going to tell you, Philadelphia was in the Super Bowl last year.
Yes. They were in the Super Bowl.
Philadelphia won last year.
No, they lost, but they were in it.
Oh, they're in it. They're like, I know nothing about football.
Oh, Jon Snow.
Exactly, I know nothing.
I know. I think the point spread on this one's 6.5. So
Yeah.
they're giving Minnesota 6.5. So I don't know. Did you watch Philly play New England week 1?
No, I didn't. That I did not watch.
They looked okay. They looked not as good as they normally do. Like
Right.
normally they look dominant. They didn't look dominant. They won 25-20, and it's not a fluke. But at the end of the game, New England threw an outward pass, Mac Jones to I don't think it was Hunter Henry, but either way, he had 1 foot out, so they didn't get it. But they potentially could have gone down and won
Interesting.
against New England. So that's impressive because New England hasn't been good the past couple of years.
Right.
After years of dominance with Tom Brady. But I don't know. Also, I hate the Eagles because I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
so we're
well, that
division
makes
rivals.
yeah.
So I don't ever like giving them their flowers.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings plus 6.5.
Okay.
I don't know that they'll win, but I think they'll cover.
So
I
you're
was betting the spread, the odds.
so you're
Gotcha.
picking the one that I was gonna pick.
Yeah, for this purposes, I'll just say they're going to win. Hopefully they do. But as long as they lose by less than 7, I would still win on the spread that I would pick for gambling.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
And what about your fantasy?
I have a Kenneth Gainwell, the running back, but he's out with a injury for this game.
Mm.
So I have no players in this game. No skin in the game. Just watching. The
Okay.
guy I'm playing against has their tight end, though, Dallas Goedert. So I'm hoping Dallas Goedert has a terrible game.
All right, Conrad, you.
Eagles. They were dominant. They did fantastic in the draft. They're just a solid team. I think Jalen Hurts is an outstanding quarterback. He really proved himself last year. Any doubt about it is just beyond ridiculous, in my opinion. So yeah, I picked the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to win.
Okay.
So
Following up on as the time goes, so this is today. That is all the games are gonna be on Sunday then.
Yep, there's one Thursday night game. There's a bunch of games on Sunday. There's a Sunday night game and a Monday night game.
this week has 2 Monday night games.
This week has 2 Monday night games.
Yes.
Because we have a podcast which it's not live, so like talk a little bit more so that when it goes live we have comments on most of it.
I don't know the line on this one.
Oh, this is the last meeting.
Yep, that was the last meeting.
2020, so
Yeah, it's been a minute. A lot has changed for both teams. Green Bay Packers are starting Jordan Love. I don't know if Christian Watson's back yet. He was injured.
I believe so.
Aaron Jones had a great game last week. He's the number 1 running back in fantasy football right now. He is questionable with a hamstring or quad, some type of leg injury, so he may or may not be in. My running back is A.J. Dillon, so I'll be watching this one. On the flip side of that, Atlanta just drafted Bijan Robinson, and boy, is he good.
He is really good.
Hook 'em. So I feel like this could go either way. They're both 1-0. Somebody's walking out with their first L.
Yep.
And I don't know. They're both. Green Bay has a really good defense. I'm not sure about Atlanta's defense. I'm not familiar enough with all of them.
Conrad.
It's hard to gauge. Back to what you're saying, Dylan, it's hard to gauge. Beginning of the season, everyone's just getting into the routine, getting into their flow of things. Even later on, you're going to have those 1 or 2 games where you're like, oh, this is a lock. And then
Sure.
they just shit the bed. And you're
Yeah.
like, how did they lose? Wow.
Yeah, that was like the Chiefs and the Lions. It just happened.
But in all fairness, I picked the Lions. I had a feeling the Lions are going to be. I have a feeling the
I'm a
Lions are going
huge
to be.
Dan Campbell fan.
Oh,
So
I think he's a badass.
I was showing Hilton some videos of him just talking to the team, like his
Yeah.
voice, like, "Come on, man, let's go!" And like, how can you not want to fight for this guy? He's
Dude.
so cool.
So passionate about passionate about everything. It's amazing. With that being said, it's hard to gauge the Atlanta Falcons because they played a poor team in the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, yeah, Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, he didn't have the best game, so it didn't really prove to me that Atlanta has a good defense. Carolina doesn't have a great defense anyway, so it wasn't like they blew them out. So I'm going to go Green Bay on this one.
I would go Green Bay on this one too, and I could completely be wrong, but I think they've got a good running back core. Jordan Love looks really good. I think
Good for
Romeo
him.
Dobbs might be out. There's some receivers that are out. I don't know
Right.
but I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to win.
I'm just saying I'm going to go Green Bay as well.
Perfect. I like it.
As the season goes on, Hilton, you'll get into it. You'll
I
start
told him
picking up.
next year we're going to get you in fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I don't know, man. If I want to start, watching all these games.
We'll get all the Brazilians into a fantasy league together. And
Oh,
then,
that would be fun.
Yeah.
And then all of you would not really know what's going
Well,
on.
yeah.
And
That
watch them
draft
win.
would be hilarious
And
to
watch
see.
them win everything.
Who are you drafting and why? Like, I don't know. I liked it. Looked cool.
Well, yeah, he had a nice haircut or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. A
Yeah.
nice beard, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll get this guy as my
Exactly.
team. I had when I'm playing fantasy, the rest of the world football. When I lived in UK, I picked a guy, and just because the guy was tall, and he was on the West Ham, which now is a very good team, but 10 years ago was not.
Right.
And every single game, he was like outscoring all
Everybody.
of the other players, and I was scoring so high. I think I finished like 4th in the league. Just because of that guy, and I did like an auto draft, and I didn't know how to switch the players. You know what I mean? How to trade the players and stuff. And I still finished quite high in the end of the year, on the end of the season.
Yeah.
It was just like,
That's
You take it.
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Take
yeah,
it where you can get it.
yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
So next game, what is that next day? Is Las Vegas and Buffalo.
Buffalo Bills. I really like Buffalo. Not just for this game pick, but I like Buffalo.
I heard a lot about, Buffalo.
Josh Allen is elite. Raiders now, Las Vegas is Jimmy Garoppolo. Derek Carr moved to New Orleans. And Devontae Adams. And, it's going to be a good matchup. This could go either way. It's a really good matchup. Josh Jacobs. I don't know.
You don't have a pick?
My pick's Buffalo. I just don't know how to play out. But my pick's Buffalo. I think they got something to prove. They lost week 1.
Yep.
And they're pissed off about it.
At home, in front of the home crowd. New York is and it's an outdoor stadium. It's a hard place to play.
Yeah.
Las Vegas has that brand new indoor stadium.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Josh didn't have his best game. So
No.
I think he's going to come out with some fire.
Yeah.
And their defense is tough. So all the weapons they have on the offense for the Raiders, it's still going to be a tough game.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I'm picking Buffalo, but it's going to be a good game. I'll definitely be watching it.
Yeah, kind of echoing what Dylan was saying. Buffalo, I think, is a good team. They just lost their first game to surprisingly good New York Jets, even without Aaron Rodgers. I love the Raiders. Grew up in Northern California, so it was either being a Raiders fan or a 49ers fan.
Niners.
And at that time, the Niners were horrible, so
Sure.
it was kind of like, I'll just go for the Raiders. But I don't like them as much now because they moved to Las Vegas. They did dirty to Oakland, and, it's unfortunate. But being said, I think Las Vegas has a lot of pieces that are still missing on that team to make
Top
it into
team.
the playoffs. Yeah, make it into the playoffs. So I think Buffalo has this one.
I'm gonna pick Las Vegas
Okay.
because I go to Las Vegas every year for the trade show, for
Yeah.
my business trade show. So Las Vegas, I like Las Vegas. I don't go and play over there because I only work. But I think my pick is gonna be Las Vegas because Buffalo. Everybody's easy, right, to pick
Yeah.
Buffalo. It's a very well-known team. Even I know Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
okay,
it's going to be a good game.
I'm gonna go that route.
I think the Super Bowl's in Vegas this year, too, right at the Allegiant Stadium.
I don't know.
I think it is.
So they'll be like, if they're in the finals,
Team advantage.
because I said so, right?
And the last team to do that was the Rams.
They'll be playing like a home.
The Buccaneers
Oh, they just did with Brady.
with Brady. That was the only time that's ever happened where a team played at the Super Bowl, which was held at their stadium,
Mhm.
and then they won it. and that was when Tom Brady was with the Buccaneers. The only time that's ever happened.
That's got to be the coolest feeling.
In front of your crowd? Come on.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. So what do we have now? We have Baltimore and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it.
Similarly to the Bills, Cincinnati had a bad week 1. I don't know if you watched the game against the Browns. Pouring rain. Pass game is terrible. Burrow just did not play well. So again, I think he's going to come out with something improved. Historically, probably shows in the last meeting there, the Bengals play very well against the Ravens, and historically, the Bengals play very bad against the Browns. Always. I'm picking the Bengals.
I'm going to go Ravens on this one. I watched some of that game. I was not impressed by the Bengals. I do see what you're saying about something to prove, and Joe Burrow did just sign the largest paying NFL contract ever, so he might have something to prove because the first game is like, we just paid you, what, $255 million? You did nothing for us?
Yeah.
So.
And he's had a calf injury that I think's been lingering a little bit too. So, but the Bengals have never won a Super Bowl. Same with the Bills.
They've been to the Super Bowl.
I'm going to pick based on the logo, right?
Good.
So the logo on that side over there with the B.
Bengals?
Yeah, it's just a B. So I'm going to pick this logo over here because it's an eagle kind of thing or whatever bird that is.
It's a raven.
Okay, so it's a raven bird. You see, I also know nothing about birds. Right, Corin?
Yes.
Right.
We have no knowledge about birds whatsoever.
Start a bird watching
Dylan doesn't
podcast.
know what we're talking about.
No, we'll have to.
Clue me in.
Yes. We'll bring it in. We'll bring it in.
There's an inside joke in here between Corin and I. So it's about birds.
I thought we were going to start a bird watching podcast. I love red cardinals.
It might come to that.
Jays.
Oh dear. So I'm going the bird one to win. So next in line, let's see. It's Seahawks. Another bird. There's a lot of birds.
There are a lot of birds.
And lions. Okay, I'll talk about that one first.
Good.
I was born in August, so I'm gonna go lions.
You Leo?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go lion. Even though I don't believe in that thing, but
I know we'll talk about it.
But I'm gonna go lions. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Although, the Seahawks are Seattle. I like Seattle. Okay, well, lions it is.
Lions. Give me Motor City Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions.
All right.
Born in Seattle, even though we moved around to California later on. Family's huge Seahawks fan. Grew into a Seahawks family. But game 1 last week was horrendous. What the hell, Pete Carroll? What the hell? That was just not, I was excited for this season. I thought Seattle was going to do something. I thought they did great in the draft. I had chips all in on Seattle, surprising everyone. And they just completely blew it up. And so, spiting them, I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions. Yeah, they need to prove me wrong that they are my Seattle Seahawks.
Light a fire.
Yep.
Get them going.
Yep.
That's what the sport does to people. You know what I mean? It's like, even though it's from Seattle, it's speaking from Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the cigars a little bit because I think we got kind of halfway through it.
Can I start?
Oh, you can start.
Because mine went out. And I had only put it down for just about a minute or two. So I'm kind of surprised that it went out. I'm a little disappointed in that.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to relight it. And I was going to say it is burning a little uneven, too. There is a little unevenness.
Show you on the
wrapper.
camera. Yeah, that's good.
There is a little unevenness to it. It is burning a little differently. So I'm a little disappointed. I only put it down for about a minute to talk football and then pull it back up and nothing. So Shouldn't happen. But other than that,
let's put that fault on the football, not on the cigar. Because football, there's only 5 months out of the year. And cigar, there is like 12 months.
365.
Yeah, 365. So as you relight it, Dylan.
I have to say, this cigar was giving me trouble when I first lit it up. It's really opened up now. The draw and everything's perfect.
It's past that point.
It might have been something up towards the top that was just kind of, I don't know, blocking it somehow. But it's opened up. I get a really good draw on it. I'm getting kind of like a toasted wood flavor, a little bit of almost like something nuttiness, like a pine nut, but like toasted pine nut. It's very like light. on the medium bodied, but it's light
Mhm.
and it doesn't feel too strong. So I
Any
really like this
bitterness
cigar.
on it? Is spicy? What?
I don't find. Let me do a retro hail too, because there might be a little bit of like pepper notes on the retro. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I almost got like some citrus notes in there
Okay.
with peppery. That was really, really good. No, I don't get any bitterness at all. It's just really, really smooth. Really smooth.
Coming back to me, the cherry flavor's gone. Completely gone. A bitter chocolate with a little bit of an earthy tone to it. And as anybody will know and find out, earthy tones can be hit or miss. I think it's starting to be a miss on this one.
Okay.
It's just not my flavor profile. It's not my palate style. It's starting to.
You might need to do a hard purge.
I think I need to do a hard purge.
Yeah, with the flame
With the
on.
flame. Have you done one before? A hard purge?
No.
Same as a regular purge. You just
Just put the flame on in the front.
try and clear out some ash from the
Yeah, clear the
bottom,
ash.
and you're just gonna blow out into the flame.
Just roll the ash. Right. These roll like these, and then you get all the ash out, and then you put the flame in front, and then you blow.
And that's
Interesting.
supposed to, in theory, burn off some impurities that you're pushing back through.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm going to use this
That
one.
one's a little
'cause
stronger.
I'm going to know this one. Okay.
Just blow it. Keep on
Steady
keep on
blow,
blowing.
blow, push.
Take
and
the
you
fire
can take
out.
the flame off, and it'll stay. Yeah, keep pushing it. Yep.
Now you puff.
Cherry came back. Gentlemen, the cherry's back.
Every time I do it, it takes me back to the very first puff.
Really?
Every time, and it blows my mind every time because I
Yeah.
feel like how it's not gonna be possible, but it does. So that's cool.
And there it is. I'm back to loving the cigar again.
As you
You're
go
back in
through
the
it,
game.
Yeah, I'm back in.
Yeah.
purge it a little bit. You don't have to do a hard purge with the flame, but just purge it every couple puffs. It'll keep it a little more fresh.
I think that's what it is.
In a
Okay.
perfect world.
Yeah.
So mine in here, the burn is kind of alright. It has a little bit of unevenness in there, but I think it's going to correct itself. The flavors, now I'm getting very, very wood. Like it's kind of like not a cedar, because I think cedar is kind of light.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
more like a Brazilian cherry.
Hickory.
I would say probably would be similar to hickory for the American,
We don't speak
people.
Brazilian
Yeah,
wood.
don't speak Brazilian. But it's like a Brazilian cherry, Kumaru,
Okay.
Brazilian wood. But I'm getting that, which is quite interesting. I mean, Kumaru, it's quite bitter, but it's not like it's kind of
It's
okay.
not unpleasant.
Yeah, it's not unpleasant.
Okay.
Retrohale, there's no spices at all.
What are you getting? You have that surprised look on your face.
Yeah, I had like some sort of I had a cake with that flavor, but I don't know what the flavor is. But interesting. I want to read about it. It's developing to more like a strong, bold flavor, but it's not bitter and it's enjoyable. So it's a good cigar so far. Even though the burn is not quite well, but I think it's going to correct itself. So
But back to this cake thing. So does it have a?
it's not sugary.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That because I'm instantly thinking birthday cakes piled on
I
with
was thinking-
frosting. You know.
Is it yellow cake?
Let me
Like a
read on
pound
it.
cake?
Let's see what they say. If there is anything oak, so that's the wood that I'm getting. It says earth. No coffee. I'm not getting coffee or pepper.
Maybe you're and a slight twang on the finish. Maybe you're getting that slight twang.
That twang might be the cake thing.
Cake.
It might that twang.
That's interesting.
I don't even know what twang means, but that could be it.
I don't know if anybody does.
It's pairing well.
Interesting.
I mean, it's pairing well with the beer. So
Yeah, that's good.
for the next podcast, I'm gonna prepare something. Some cigars that will pair with wine, because not a lot of people pair with wine, with red wine. A lot of people pair with white wine,
And
but I'm
champagne.
gonna pick something that's gonna pair with the red wine. So now I have Indianapolis and Houston.
Houston Texans.
Dylan's gonna go first.
divisional rivals. It's a big game for them.
Already. Wow.
We opened up Dallas played the New York Giants.
That's true.
The Jets played the Bills. There's
Yep.
a lot of divisional rival games starting the season off.
Yep.
It's a big deal. So your overall record matters within your record in your division. If you end up tying your record, that matters.
Those numbers there that says 0-1, does that mean that they both lost the first game?
Yes.
All right.
So
they're both coming from a loss, so they'll be like really wanting to win, right? So they're like, that could be actually a very good game to watch.
And to Dylan's point, is they're in the same division. Each division has a set of 4 teams.
Yep.
So if you have a better record in that division, you get to go to the playoffs. Playoffs go to the Super Bowl, etc. So those interdivision rivalries really are some of the best games.
They're very important.
Yes.
It's like college rivalries. It's like that in the NFL, but it's on 10. Those 2 teams in particular hate each other. My pick would be Indy. I don't think Houston's very good. I don't like Houston Texans. I'm biased, but even if I wasn't biased, I'd be picking the Colts.
I think Houston's going to surprise some people. I think
so?
I think C.J. Stroud is going to have a big game. He got his feet underneath of him. So did Anthony Richardson, though.
He got injured at the end, so he's playing, so he should be hopefully okay.
And I thought it was awesome of him. He's like, I'm gonna do this myself. This is my team, and he tried it. But I think Houston's going to take this one. I think they're going to do all right.
Okay, I will go Houston because I'm in Texas.
There you go.
So that's how my picks are. You know, it's either, and also, the logo. Hold on, you see the logo there? Indianapolis, has things that reminds us more about cigars, right? Well, having said that, is that
it's a horseshoe.
Is that logo like a bull?
Yeah.
And it also is in the shape of the colors of the Texas flag.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Houston anyway. So I'm Houston. Moving on, we have Kansas City?
It's gonna be a good one.
This is going to be fun. Or I hope it's fun.
Yeah.
Kansas City, the Chiefs, and Jacksonville, Jaguars.
That's right. Torn on this.
Should we say Jaguars or Jaguars? Like the British say.
How do they say it? Jaguars?
They say Jaguar.
So an emphasis on the U?
Don't say it like that. That's how they say it.
Don't say it like that.
That's how they say it. Don't say it like that. Emphasis on American football.
Okay. So
I don't know. I'm torn. This is going to get tough. It's a tough pick. Jacksonville, I think, could potentially go very far this season. They look good. I don't know. Kansas City's always been good. If they were going to lose 2 weeks in a row, I'd be surprised. So I don't know. I feel like my heart is telling me the Jacksonville Jaguars, but my brain is telling me the Kansas City Chiefs.
The ultimate struggle.
I'm going to go with my heart.
All right. And I'm right there with you. I'm torn between this and exact same thing. Heart and brain are telling me 2 different things.
Yep.
That being said, I think I'm going to go with Kansas City.
It's the smarter choice.
It's the smart, yeah.
On paper.
Right. And then my heart's telling me, like, dude, Jacksonville, like, come on. The Jacksonville Jaguars haven't had good team. Like, you should go for them. But Hilton, a little tidbit about the teams.
Okay.
Before you pick. Ironically enough, the Jacksonville Jaguars are owned by Shad Khan, who is a British multi-billionaire.
Which is why all of the London games feature the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
Every year.
Okay. I know my pick because, again, look at the logos.
I love it.
The Jaguar logo is just the face of a Jaguar. There's no, graphics into it. It's very simple. It's like just pick from the internet, put it in there. So okay. I'm gonna go Kansas City because it has a little arrow, and there's the KC in there.
The Chiefs.
So I'm gonna go that logo. They paid somebody, to do the logo, and the Jaguars,
$50. They paid them just $50.
$50, but the other one was just a search on the internet, right? So I'm gonna go Kansas City on this one.
I wouldn't mess with it.
Well, what can I do? I don't know anything, so I go from what I can think of, right? So,
does anybody really know anything anymore?
No.
I don't know. I mean, you guys seem to know a lot, so.
Sometimes I think I do, and I don't know. You think and they surprise you every week, That's why it's such a big thing making picks.
Yeah.
If it was a shoe-in, it wouldn't matter. You don't know.
So now we have Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
You see the logo there? They've done something to it. They didn't get like a bear and put it in there. They look like some
Orange.
yeah. And the Buccaneers.
Better than just a C like a normal.
Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go first on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay because there's a lot of cigars factory in there. So Tampa Bay, it's my thing. Correct.
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay also. I like the Buccaneers. Growing up, Mike Allstott, and I really like Baker Mayfield. I don't know why. I think he's a okay quarterback. I think he's just got a lot of crappy teams around him in the past, so I think he has a chance to excel. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers.
I think this might be a 3-peat on them. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers as well.
All right.
Chicago's just not. Justin Fields is a good athlete, but their team just always seemed to just not perform very well.
Nope.
And they played against Green Bay last week, another divisional game to open up the season.
Very true.
They just didn't play very well. So, and I like Baker, so go Bucks.
Interesting. So the three of us picked the same team.
Yeah.
See how I know about things?
Hey, man. Hey.
I know. I mean,
You're getting it.
Sometimes I surprise myself. Right? So, what have we got now? We got the Lakers. No, it's Los Angeles, but it's Lakers is basketball. Right?
Yeah.
So Chargers
Mm-hmm.
and Titans.
Yes.
I like that name.
As a kid, I love the Tennessee Titans. Vince Young drafted, didn't do very well with them.
No.
So I like the Titans, but I wouldn't. I would pick the Chargers in this game. Titans did just get D-Hop, but I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters either.
Chargers are
Same here. Yeah.
electric.
Chargers.
They're charged up.
So what is
So
it?
many dad puns right there. Man.
I hope myself.
So you going? What are you going for? Chargers as
Chargers, yes.
well? Anything to talk about the team?
When I lived in San Diego, I went to a Chargers game, and literally 10 to 15% of the stadium was filled with Chargers fans. The rest are from the opposing team,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. They just don't have a strong fan base. It's California. California is not going to have strong fan base.
Okay.
There's so many
Unfortunately.
people there from other areas
Yeah.
that they come this way. And you see that in Vegas, too, because there's so many tourists in Vegas that
Yes.
it's your home team, but you don't always have a home field advantage.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but
Yeah.
it is
No,
what
absolutely.
it is.
So,
So I'm gonna go with the logo on this one.
Shocker.
I'm gonna go Titans.
They do have a nice logo.
Yeah.
Nice logo. I think you guys chose the other one, right?
yeah.
So I think
Yeah, we did.
I might be going the wrong route in here, but it is what it is. Giants and Cardinals.
Well, with what the Giants did last Monday
Mm-hmm.
by not showing up, Dallas beat them 40-0. I turned the game off by halftime. So there's 4 quarters total. First 2 are played and then there's a break, and then the last 2 are played until to the end of the game. That break is called a halftime. Dallas was up 26-0, and I turned the TV off because I said there's no way that the Giants are going to come back. They look like they're pee-wee high school team playing professionals. They just looked horrible. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this one.
Okay.
I watched the Cowboys go up 26-0 at halftime. I grabbed a few more beers and I sat down on that couch. I wasn't going anywhere. I was watching them beat the hell out of the New York Giants, our divisional rivals.
I
And
see.
I agree. The Cardinals' defense looking good. They played well in the first game, even though they lost. I don't know. Daniel Jones has potential, but he never seems to be a playmaker.
Can we just call him the Kirk Cousins, a newer version of Kirk Cousins? Has potential but never does it.
If Kirk Cousins had a year, I feel like it was last year. So if he's going to repeat that, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
Did you watch Quarterback?
No,
on Netflix?
I haven't watched it yet.
When you have time, check it out.
I've heard nothing but good things
It's,
about it.
it's really, really good. You'll like Kirk Cousins at the end of it for sure. He's an amazing man. But I would never pick the Vikings to beat the Cowboys.
All right. So my pick is gonna be. I know the name Giants because I think it's also a known name
Yeah, there's a
in football. Have they done well?
Yeah, they've won Super Bowls.
during the
Yeah.
the years and stuff.
Yes.
So that's what I know. But the logo, look at that.
I was just about to say, based off the logo, who are you picking? How much do you think they paid for theirs?
I think it's going to be a draw on this one.
Yeah.
Can I call it a draw? Is it possible?
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could say it's going to be a tie. It's possible.
Okay, they're going to tie and then they have to go an extra time to untie or to detie.
Yeah, so you'll go into overtime, and then until the playoffs, I think there's only one overtime period. And if at the end of the period nobody scores, then the game will be a draw.
Go to
Okay,
draw.
I'm gonna go with a tie then because I didn't like any of
Okay.
those logos.
If that hits, I'm asking you every week what your pick is. We got something going on.
And then you're gonna start gambling because you don't, right?
Not yet.
There
Making
might
me
be
want to.
something around, right? So, all right. Oh, so this one now has the 49ers in there and Los Angeles Rams.
Battle of the Bay. Yeah, I'll take the Niners.
I will say it first. I will go the 49ers because the logo, look at this, it's very similar. It's just some letters with some, but I kind of hear about 49ers, people talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
So I think they should be a good team. So my pick is the 49ers. So
Based off the logos, though, it's just the initials of the city, right? SF. Los Angeles at least put a ram horn in the A. They added something to it.
well, but if you look at that logo there on the SF, it has like an oval kind of shape and has 3 colors in there. So they have like a black and a little yellow and then the red.
Okay.
So
Do you know the history of the 49ers?
I do not.
So 1849 was when California or a miner found gold in California.
Okay.
So 49 is when the gold rush happened and everyone migrated to California, specifically the Bay Area, Sacramento, the foothills to mine for gold.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they get the 49ers name from, is 1849, all of the gold. Their mascot is a miner with a pig.
Okay, yeah.
And then that yellow is actually supposed to be a gold color. So their colors are a burgundy red, the gold, and a black. So,
I'm never wrong.
for
some reason, I'm never wrong, right?
I think the 49ers are going to win.
Okay.
Breaks my heart to say it, but I think the 49ers are going to do it.
Dylan.
I concur. The Niners.
So we got the 3 of us, we got the 49ers?
Yep.
Okay. So a little pause and let's talk about the cigars because we are getting into the third of the, at least I am, into the third of the
You
cigar.
go first this time.
So yeah, let's see. Same thing. Wood. It's not as, what's that word?
Bitter?
No. The other,
Oak,
no, the crazy word.
twang.
Yeah.
Twang, yeah, it's not twang anymore. It's just wood, but it's not harsh. All the harshness has just disappeared after I did a
Harper.
hard purge as well. It did correct itself as I was thinking that would happen. So, yeah, don't know if I should do a retro.
Try it. See if you can get that birthday cake flavor again.
Yeah,
Twang.
yeah, the twang is in there.
You didn't lose
Yeah.
it.
Unbelievable.
Hmm.
I think this would pair well with the white wine. All right. I have to say, the smell of that wrapper burning is incredible.
It tastes just as good as it smells. It tastes very good. More of the same. It hasn't really developed in anything different. The burn isn't the most even. I'm not complaining about it though. It's not really pretty like an ash though. But
Yeah, the ash has been kind of crazy since they start, right?
yeah, it's nowhere near gonna fall off. It's a little flaky. But it tastes really good. Still cedary, smooth, very smooth.
I'm now getting into that crazy, I'm going to call it like the Don King hairstyle, the frizz. Don King was a boxing promoter for Mike Tyson. And if you look it up, his hair looks exactly like this. It looks more like
More
Dylan's.
like that.
Yeah, it looks like Dylan's. Yeah, still the same. Flavor profile hasn't changed too much. I'm finding myself having to purge it quite a bit to get kind of that cherry flavor, just a little hint of that cherry flavor, which I enjoy. Else, if I don't, I get a bitter flavor. I get that bitterness to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining about it. I really enjoyed that cherry at first.
Gotcha.
So if we have to give points, right? So what the score would be on that cigar?
1 to 10?
1 to 100.
1 to 100? I would give it a solid 88.
Okay. For an Oliva.
Which is a good score. I'm not saying that
It is a good score.
it's high enough that it's a good cigar to have again. If I bought it, someone offered it, I would have this cigar again. Into my realm and taste profile, to get into the high 90s, it's just not there.
Okay.
Just not there.
Maybe not something you would go and seek out.
Correct.
But if it was around,
If I
good
had bought
cigar.
it, it's laying around, and hey, guys, we're gonna smoke cigars, I'd pick this up again for sure. Or you offered it to me again. Oh yeah, no, this is a good cigar.
okay.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one because I'm not really. I'm almost the opposite. I prefer darker Maduros. Same with like coffee. I like kind of that profile, more bold flavor.
Right.
I'm not the biggest Connecticut fan. Similarly, if somebody offers me one, super gracious. I mean, free cigar is a great cigar.
Right.
I'll enjoy it. I
Right.
just am not going to pick it off the shelf most of the time. That being said, I would probably give this a 94. It is a very, very good cigar. It's been, regardless of the draw at the beginning was kind of not the best, but I'll chalk that up to this individual stick because I've heard very good things about it just from random people I talk to. But it has been very consistent all the way through.
Cool.
I have to think about mine because I had 110 not too long ago,
Yeah.
Off the charts.
which is off the charts. But I give these one, the Saison by Oliva, I give it a 91.
Nice.
91.
Good score.
I'm enjoying it. The experience has been good. The complexity of the flavors is what it's like bugging me, so that makes it interesting. So it's a very interesting cigar, and I do like it. So yes, 91.
Would you mind handing me another blue one?
Yeah, let's get another beer.
Thank you, sir. Everybody knows how I feel about this matchup. I can go last.
Oh yeah,
Hilton, you go first.
I don't know if I should.
Base it off the logos, man.
Dylan works with me, so I
No,
don't want to disappoint.
no, you won't disappoint me. You'll just hear about it if
If I go against and they win.
guess what happened on Sunday, man.
All right, so going back there to the screen, I think, Jets is also a very known game, but the Dallas Cowboys is also a very known game, and Dallas is in Texas, and I live in Texas, so I'm going for Dallas Cowboys.
Good pick.
I like it.
Have I picked the right one?
Oh yeah, hands down. Yeah.
What do you have to say about it then?
Same. Picking the Cowboys, they look dominant. The Jets did win. I think they've got some dogs on that team that can play, but I just think the Cowboys are going to do it.
I feel bad because they have a tough schedule coming up.
Yeah.
They play, it's like another divisional rival and some big names. Their next 6 games, maybe they'll win 3 of them. Maybe. And they're just tough games. So it's
Yeah.
going to come down to Zach Wilson. And I know the defense will play well. That's the question mark on this game. The Jets' defense is also really good, but I think our defense is way better than their offense. So I think regardless of how our offense performs, we might score a touchdown on defense.
Right.
So I'm going to take the Cowboys
It's a tough
Oh,
one.
that was easy.
every week
It was so tough
until the end of the season. I'm not trying to hurt Jets, fans' feelings. They're a good team, but I would never pick anybody but the Dallas Cowboys this season, especially. You know how good it feels to be a fan of the Cowboys and the Texas Longhorns and both be playing well for the first time in over a decade.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm on a real football high right now.
I thought we were high because of the alcohol in the cigar.
That might be playing into it.
Okay,
So let's go next. We're gonna go the Commanders and the Broncos.
I'm going to go Broncos. I think it's in Denver, hard place to play. Commanders barely won. I don't like them. I think they won by a fluke.
Sure.
And I think Russell Wilson needs to prove himself. Ex-Seattle player, brought us a championship. He was Seattle savior for a while. He's definitely,
He's a stud.
when he plays well.
I'm gonna go off of the logos
I can't believe
because I don't know the teams. So I kind of like that Broncos logo more, right? So
It's a good
yeah,
To be fair, Washington rebranded, so they used to have a cooler logo, but that's what happens.
you see, if you want my
They lost your support.
Yeah, if you want my support, you have to have a nice logo. Not that these will be the thing that I'm going to be looking every week, because
Right.
because it's just the second week,
Yeah.
I'm going to be probably towards like the end. I'm going to be looking at the numbers there a little bit more,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to go Broncos because of the logo.
I'm going to go Denver as well. Washington is a division rival of Dallas, so I would love for them to take an L. But besides that, Russell Wilson, they looked good last week. They just didn't take home the win.
Yep.
Played well. It's promise.
Yeah.
Last season when he came in, just
Terrible coach. It was a tough situation.
Sean Payton in there. Did you hear the quote where he told him to stop
Kissing
babies? Just play football, man. Just play football.
That's my biggest complaint about Russell Wilson. He's very
Almost like political, right? he wants to please everybody.
He's a politician playmaker. Like he's forecasting when he retires, he's going to be the next NFL executive and broadcaster and all this, and he's the type that could run for president and probably win. Like the way that he acts and just kisses everyone ass, like he's so cheesy with everything he does.
yeah.
But sometimes, in life, let's say you're playing a sport and then you make some money in the sport, but to keep on making money, it might be like a good move then.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, I'm not saying anything bad about it for his financial, future. It's just annoying to listen to him always like, oh yeah, we're gonna win every game and we're gonna be the best. And
running workouts on the team playing on the right. he's a little corny.
Yeah.
So Dylan picked
Denver. We all picked Denver.
Okay, so we all got the Denver and the Dolphins, Miami, and New England Patriots. I mean, isn't Patriots the one that was on the final last year or no? No?
They have been in years past, but
okay, because I think I've watched. Was it like recent? Like
no, it's been a few years. What year did Tom Brady go to Tampa Bay? I don't know if it was 2020.
But it was it like between
because he played
2016?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did.
Yeah, because I remember seeing something about the Patriots. So
they're a really good franchise team. Tom Brady won Super Bowls with them. They're just. I guess it does come. A really elite quarterback takes you somewhere, so it does matter. But, I mean, I don't know. Mac Jones, he's good enough to be in the league. It's funny to comment on because it's not like I could do anywhere near. The worst quarterback in the league would be 10 million times better than me, but Mac Jones is just, he doesn't impress me.
Yeah.
And there's so much talent in Miami right now that I think this is just kind of like a no-brainer to pick Miami. But it's also a divisional matchup. So.
And it's funny you say that because when Tom Brady played for the Patriots and they were going for their undefeated record where they were just beating everyone, the only games that they would ever lose is against the Miami Dolphins. That to prove you that division games can change everything. Best team in the league, the Patriots. Playing against the Dolphins years ago, they were horrendous. Terrible, but they would find a way to beat the Patriots, and you'd be like, how the hell, like, how is that possible? Yeah. That being said, Dolphins now are just very, very talented.
Different team.
Patriots, aren't the same. I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
So what do you guys guess what I'm going to pick?
Well, I think you're going to pick Miami.
Why?
You love that sun.
I like the sun and I like Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
We went to SeaWorld and we saw some dolphins. Not in Miami. We went over here.
We went to Miami and saw some dolphins.
Yeah. But I think so. I think...
that's a good pick.
Yeah. I mean, I like that logo there, though. It's Captain American kind of...
It's a Patriot.
Thing. Oh, it's a Patriot. Oh, sorry. You see?
He's a Patriot.
Yeah.
Patriot. Yeah. So it's...
Bill Belichick has never won against Tua either. I think he's like 0-4 against Tua. Bill Belichick is a coach.
Oh, up against Tua. I'm sorry.
Playing against Tua, yeah. So just another stat to throw out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so my pick is the Dolphins.
Fins up.
Okay.
Good pick. Fins up. Okay, Russell. Like, come on, man. Come on. Oh, my God.
Like, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride. Oh, my gosh.
So, New Orleans, Carolina.
I like the Saints.
I like the Saints, too.
Back when Drew Brees played there. They won the Super Bowl as the Katrina year. I've always been a Saints fan since then. Panthers they don't look good. But I don't know. It's week 2. Bryce Young's a rookie. He could develop and surprise me. But I'd pick the Saints here.
Yeah.
Good smell.
Really good. It doesn't look very good. Smell and taste very good. So you're trying to convince somebody.
Corin, what do you pick?
Saints. I don't think the Panthers have it this year. I think they're going to be the bust team. I think they're just going to win maybe 1 or 2 games. And I think Derek Carr-led Saints is a good team. So, the Saints.
You guys saying like that, I was going to pick Panthers because of the logo. Right? Look at that. It's a nice logo. Yeah, but I can justify. I can justify the painter's logo. It could be just like when you open like a document, like, and then you pick some of the when you open like a document and then just pick the gifts that they have like to insert on, like to put like to do like a
like the
presentation.
standard, the standard,
So that painter's there.
It's like a generic logo.
There's like a black jaguar.
It's got its mouth open. It's got the fangs.
But yeah, it does have a little bit to it.
Yeah, it's a little angry.
Yeah, but the Saints, they have that little what is it called?
Trait de la fleur.
I don't even know what that's called. Is it French?
It is.
Yeah, I'll go with the Saints as well, based on the comments and justifying why I'm picking that logo. Right.
All right, Saints go marching.
Is that the last game that we're gonna talk about now? Is it?
I think there's one more. That was a Monday night game,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's.
That was the first Monday night game.
You gotta
hit right arrow.
Hilton, please tell me about your pick on the logo.
Okay, I will start this one.
Yes.
This one is probably gonna be. Look at those logos. Seriously.
They're both like blowing your mind with how creative they are.
Oh yeah, man, that's gonna be a draw tie. So that's gonna be a tie. That game over there. They're gonna have to go to extra time.
Divisional rival, right?
Yeah.
So am I not too wrong about it then?
I'll give you the history of both teams.
So do I have a chance to?
You might.
Do I have the chance to change my vote?
Yeah, you can change anything you want, man. This is America. It's free.
Still getting used to it, but that's how we do things around here, man.
Is it really?
It's okay to change your mind.
Okay, so
let's go with this Cleveland Browns. No. Yeah, Jim Brown used to be the owner of the Baltimore Colts, and then he sold the Baltimore Colts, and then he became the Baltimore Ravens. And then he moved that team from Baltimore to Cleveland and made the Cleveland Browns. They just agreed to basically take his last name because he was such a prolific sports, football icon.
Okay.
Owner. So that's the meaning behind Browns.
Okay.
Other than it's just a really that's the logo is just a football helmet that is like a orange brown color. Like it's not. There's nothing creative about it whatsoever.
No, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, my question to is like, football teams, do they make any money?
Lots.
Why don't they just like pay a good designer?
I think it's tradition.
Yeah, I think so too.
So they'll revamp and update, but it's always
simple graphics.
Well, for the most part, there's just a lot of history. That team, same with the Steelers. They're one of I think 4 out of the entire NFL that they've never even been to a Super Bowl. Never appeared in a Super Bowl ever.
Yeah. I mean, they barely make the playoffs ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Browns have been an unfortunate franchise where they've always just been really, really bad management, bad ownership, bad everything. But anyway, so that was the history of the Browns. Now, the Steelers, the yellow, red, and blue actually signifies 3 different things, and it's either a specific word or a phrase. I can't remember specifically, but in Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh's known for its steel, producing steel, especially back in like the 40s and 50s. It was one of the main exporter and manufacturer of steel. So it has significance to that area, which I kind of respect, even though the logo is, 3 multicolored diamonds. Again, I think one of like the yellow means commitment, red means something else, and blue. Anyways, so there is some history behind those logos. Some maybe swayed your opinion other than just like a color and some diamonds.
There's at least some meaning.
I made a decision, all right?
Oh, okay.
Based on the logos still. So there's more meaning to the Steelers logo. I'm going Steelers.
There you go.
Steelers going to win. So I'm changing my vote.
I like it.
So
I'm picking the Cleveland Brownies. I think Deshaun Watson looks good. That first game they played, rain was terrible. They beat Cincinnati. Right. Rain was terrible. He still played decent. He's just so, being transparent here, he is my fantasy quarterback, Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
So I have to root for him.
Right.
But so he's either going to have a great year or he's going to suck. I don't expect him to be anywhere in between. We'll see. But I'm going to take Cleveland.
Conrad, did you pick?
No, not yet. I'm going to also pick the Browns. I don't think the Steelers have it this year. And I think the Browns' defense is really, really good. Yeah.
And Nick Chubb and their running back.
On a second thought.
You could make an argument for Pittsburgh, though. Kenny Pickett, he's a new quarterback for them. He was there last year, but
He could play well.
you know, you can make an argument for them.
I don't like arguments.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pick the Browns. I'm gonna pick the Browns. I've changed
On
my vote
the
again.
board.
That's a complex game for me.
Yeah.
It's a very complex game.
Well, let me know what you think when the game's over. You're going to be watching it, right?
I don't know what channel is gonna be on. I don't have all the channels.
ABC, ESPN.
ABC. Oh, ESPN. I might have access to it. Yeah. So, okay.
And that's Monday night, right?
Yeah.
So that could be ESPN 2. You could watch it with the Manning brother, the Manning cast.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Interesting. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Let's do it.
So let's wrap it up then. Our predictions are in. When the podcast goes live, we're gonna find out if we've achieved something or
Somebody
not.
somewhere keep score.
Yeah.
We can have the scores on the comments. So like, share, and comment on whatever we said today.
Yeah. Give us your picks of the week. Maybe an upset, somebody that you think's going to win that's against the status quo a little bit. Drop it in the comment.
Or put in comments about whose logo is actually better.
Oh, I'd love that argument.
That would be, or who needs to change. Like,
And why am I being so stupid about picking from the logos? So that's it. Thank you very much for hanging around with us. And yes, we're gonna finish our cigars here. And that's it. This is the Puff Drink Talk podcast, and we'll be seeing you very soon. See you later.
Bye.